Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Sunday's Best. Um, I hope that you got some extra rest like I did this week or this weekend, because of the little bit of snow that we had. It was refreshing. Of course, I didn't go outside, but kind of used to snow from living in New England. But nonetheless, we had a weekend. And I hope you did something fun. And as I said earlier on my Facebook page, I reserved a front row seat for you. So I hope you have your dessert or your popcorn. I hope that you invited someone. So right now, we're going to jump right into it because, again, this is the final session on self-care. And next Sunday, we're going to start off with a new series, and I'm going to tell you more about that. But I have personally enjoyed this particular series. So for a review from the 16th, superpower deserves self-care. Self-care actually promotes your superpower. And so we talked about the virtuous woman in Proverb 31. And tonight, I'm going to share something with you from Psalms 23. But what we said last week, and it's still true this week and probably will forever be true, a good woman is hard to find. She is rare like a diamond. She can be trusted. She is generous. She is enterprising. She's an entrepreneur, not only a wife, not only a mother. She's a housekeeper. She gets up early, prepares breakfast for her family. She goes to the market. She sells her merchandise. She is a designer. And Sandra Ellison, she knows her fabrics, and she makes beautiful designer clothes, and she sells them for a profit. But not only does she have one gift, she has an eye for real estate as well. She looks at a field and then she buys it. So she's my kind of person. Sees the opportunity. She also plants a garden. She knows her worth. She's generous, as I said before, and she looks out for those around her. So, a virtuous woman definitely knows her worth, and she is not eager to put herself on the clearance rack, and neither should you. Life is a learning experience. And we said on last week that self-care is part of the journey. If you pray for longevity, then you ought to take care of your body so that you can enjoy every single minute that you're granted. The old folks used to say, make your bed hard, you have to lie in it. Same for the body. If you use regular fuel or diesel fuel, when they ask you to use, or when you're built for a premium gas, then you're going to have a problem. You can destroy your engine, and you know what our engine is. We need our heart, we need our mind, and we want the use of our limbs. So no one is invincible, meaning nobody has so much power that they can have more time than anybody else for self-care, that they can turn back the hands of time. Nobody has that kind of power. And we say that it's been said that a woman's work is never done. How many of you can agree with that? I know I can. We're always doing something. And we also said that there were some affirmations that you put into your day, build into your day. I didn't say find time for, because you can't find time. You have to make time. And I learned that the hard way. You got to find time to love yourself, to have some me time. Decide daily that I'm going to be the best me I can be. I don't have time to imitate or fake or emulate someone else. I've got enough to do just to be me. And you should feel the same way. So make yourself a priority and never give from the depths of your well, give from the overflow. So that's a little bit of catch up from last week. And we had quite a few things in there. And we talked about where do you begin? We said it's a new day. Now that you know better, Superwoman, you got to spread your wings. You got to use your superpower. But most of all, I believe you can do it. You have to believe you can do it. And then you have to preserve yourself so that you can get the job done. All right? So self-care, we continue again. And I didn't know that I would find so much to go over in self-care, but there's a lot. So tonight's session, if you got your pen and paper, it's about learning how and when to rest so that you can have a better you. I know you can have a better you because very few of us use everything that we have. And so rest is very important. And so I looked in the Message Bible, and it reads like this, Psalms 23. God, my shepherd, I don't need a thing. You have bedded me down in lush meadows. You find me a quiet pool to drink from. True to your word, you let me catch my breath, and then you sent me in the right direction. So, it's usually, we don't usually hear it like that. But anyway, that's the way it's in the Message Bible. And so it's saying that God, made a way for us to rest and made it for us to lie down by calm, smooth water. And so that when we are refreshed, we can go on the right way, go in the right direction. So I don't know if you ever heard it that way, but that's what the Message Bible said. So how do we learn how to rest? The body needs rest. Remember, rest is in your control because you set your schedule, so you can adjust your schedule. All right? Women experience exhaustion and burnout more than men because we wear many hats and we like to cover all the bases and we don't want to leave anybody out. We want to do for everybody. So as women, we're making the meals, we're cleaning the house, we're watching the children, we're going to their games, we're the taxi cab. In some instances, we don't want to miss the games or whatever our children are in. And so we operate like we're on rollerblades. We got to roll up to every activity, everything, and we just burn ourselves out. And so what we have to realize is that we can only ride on a spare tire temporarily and get a smooth ride. Or before that one blows out, then you don't have a backup. So we got to use wisdom and limit the demands on ourselves. And you know what? Some of the pain and some of the stress, the reason we can't get rest, is self-inflicted. We simply put too much on our plate. too much on our plate. And you know what? You might be saying, well, I don't have any children. But if you got grandchildren, sometimes you put too much on your plate. If you work in multiple auxiliaries at church, sometimes you put too much on your plate. And if you work and you are a workaholic, sometimes you have to pull back and look at the situation and see if you're balancing, see if you got a balanced life. So with that, what can we do early on in life to give ourselves some rest? Because you know what? For some people, no matter how much you teach, how much wisdom is out there, the only rest they're going to have is when they're laid out and they're out of this world. And as they say, when they are ready to meet their maker, that's when they will take their final rest. But we don't want to be like that. We want to enjoy the ride, enjoy the body that we're in, have some control and some constraints, and be able to say no to some things. Rest doesn't always mean being laid out, you know. Rest can be a slowdown of doing something at a different speed. Okay? If you're always in a hurry, running, as they say, 100 miles a minute, then you're not resting. But if you can take a leisurely walk, that could be the beginning of some rest. Keeping the heart pumping, but walk enough, as my daughter is teaching me, to keep the heart in good shape, but not so much like it's racing to get to the next assignment. So I hope you took some notes there. Why don't we get enough rest? It's been said that 8 hours of worry is equivalent to 40 hours of work. Let me say that again. 8 hours of worry is equivalent to 40 hours of work. So one of the reasons that we don't get enough rest is because we are worrying, especially women. Stress and worry. We worry about our health. We worry about our marriage. We worry about our children and our grandchildren. We worry about our job. We worry about our bank account. We worry about our business. We worry about the world. What is this world coming to? And some of that stuff you can't change, but some of it you can. But you know what? Worry does not solve a problem. No problem is solved by worrying. But what worry can do is create a problem. It can create a problem in many areas. The body, the mind, the emotions, in your family, in your health, and it can take a toll on you spiritually. Mentally and emotional and physical health are very, very, very vital to longevity and the state of your livelihood. All stress and fear does is, and these are the things that why we don't get rest. Again, stress and fear. All stress and fear does is steal our energy that is needed for today, and it causes us not to be able to function tomorrow. And just like you can worry and think something bad is going to happen, your thoughts can be positive and think something good will happen. So you worrying about it doesn't make it happen, but it makes stuff happen to you. And you worrying about it doesn't change the outcome most times. So, um, fear and worry and stress cause unrest. In your me time, now, in your me time, meaning each one of us has the power. Remember, we got superpowers, women. We have the power to carve out some me time. We can carve out some me time. Um, and by doing that, we can lessen some of the diseases that will attack our body. If you're worrywart, you can be more prone to ulcers, to digestive tract issues, colon issues, headaches, migraines, tension, and irritability. Just because you worry about something doesn't give you the right to act out negatively or toxically around other people. And so he or she, whoever, worries themselves sick will surely die unhealthy. All right? So your body talks to you. My body talks to me. And a lot of times we don't listen. We say, oh, it'll go away. Or, and sometimes it does. You know, some people may run to the doctor for everything. But if you know your body and you're in tune with your body and you listen to your body when it whispers, and you won't have to listen when it screams. Okay? So quiet or loud, how do you want it? Number one, it's wise to slow down and listen and seek wise counsel when your body is telling you something is wrong. But it's also wise to get a second opinion. Number two, pain is usually a warning sign of many illnesses, but there are some silent killers too. One in particular that most of us are plagued with is high blood pressure. Number three, problems, diseases don't go away because we wish them away. And a lot of times they don't go away simply with prayer. God has doctors as co-pilots. And sometimes we are reluctant to seek advice. Yes, seeking the advice of a doctor is not unwise. It is very wise. Okay? But get second opinion. Nobody wants to be on a ton of medications that just mess up the rest of their body. Let's see. Use wisdom. Too much stress takes something out of your life. Too much to do takes something off of your plate. Cut back on your schedule. That's how you can get some rest, and that's how you can get some self-care. If you're always tired, go to bed a little bit earlier. Try to find some solutions for some of these things without medication, okay? And I'm by no means telling you to belittle anything or delay going to the doctor, but try to find solutions to some of the simple, what we may be a simple problem. If it's difficult for you to sleep, then don't take worry to bed with you. Worry and sleep are not a good concoction. And it's hard for you to sleep and worry at the same time. So I'm going to give you a few more nuggets. The younger or the earlier you start self-care, the better off you will be. And you will feel better and look better as you age. Because we all pray for longevity. I know my prayer is, Lord, have me live a long time, but most of all, I want to be in my right mind. All right? And so if we're talking about self-care, and if we're talking about rest, and we're talking about saying no to some things, and if we want to listen when our body whispers, I'm getting sick, or I'm not well, or I need a tune-up, then before your body has to scream out at you, listen. Please listen. And I'm talking to me even more than I'm talking to you. I shared with someone today a couple of people. I haven't been out since Wednesday. Felt fine. Felt better than good. Got some things done. Got some things off my plate. Did some self-care, some self-talk. Speaking over myself. And I enjoyed it. The downtime. So, let's see. We simply can't run our bodies to the ground and then expect it to age well and expect it to give us the maximum mileage. Be good to yourself. Self-care will help you age less, and it will keep you ageless. All right? Ways to give your mind and your body a break. Take time to rest. Start off with 15 minutes. Start off with 20 or 30 minutes. But find time. Make time. Make time. Eat a regular size meal. Sometimes we go back for seconds. But if you want the body to perform, at its best, there's certain things you have to do. Number 3, take vitamins or supplements, antioxidants, something that is going to detox the liver, clean out the colon. What's in your gut? Ladies, you can have big hips, you can have big upper body, but if the weight is in the stomach, that's where the doctor says all the disease and dis-ease starts in the gut. So let's watch how we eat, the portions that we eat. Some people can eat everything and it doesn't seem to affect them at all. Number 4, get enough sleep, 7 or 8 hours. Number 5, have a regular exercise routine. Number 6, take your prescription drugs if recommended. If you want to try something like bringing your blood pressure down on your own or getting your A1C in line without medication, that's a serious talk that you need to have with your doctor. But when it says don't skip a dose, there's a reason for that. Number 7, drink more water again and detox. Number 8, can't get away from this one, and we'll get back to this one. Who's at your table? Who deserves to be there? Number 8, surround yourself with people you love and people that love you. And I thought about this today when I was listening to a message. And if you have people at your table and everybody else is applauding and it's going, and you got somebody going, that might not be the person that needs to be at your table. They're only faking it until you ask them to leave. They're not there to support you. They're not happy for you. And they can make you miserable. So the person that's not applauding you in tune with everybody else sometimes is doing it just because it won't be said that they didn't clap for you. All right? So just know everybody's not happy for you. And the higher up you go, you'll find that to be true. Some people don't like you just because they don't like you. They don't know why, but they just don't like you. Okay? They don't like what you stand for. They don't like what you accomplish. They don't like you. But you know what? That's okay. Because if you're doing well and they don't like you, it must not affect you. Number 9. So remember number 8. Remember number 8. Surround yourself with people who love you and people who you love. Keep number 9. Say no, and you and only you can unload your schedule. Number 10. Keep your faith busy and ask God for peace, for rest, and to stay spiritually strong. Remember to rest and to be kind to yourself. You can do it. I know you can. You can do it gracefully. And I'm going to give you a couple of affirmations that can help you. And remember, I said the slogan this year is, you can do it. And I believe in you. So one of the affirmations, number 1, when you get up in the morning, say, hey, I'm here. And now that I'm up, I'm going to give it 120%. I'm giving 120% of my effort to whatever I do today. Another one, I will make my power moves toward my goal today. Number 3, purpose, power, and potential will allow me to work my goal and accomplish God's plan for my life. Number 4, I am enough. I'm good enough. I have enough. I'm anointed enough to make a difference in my life, and the life of those around me. One last one. You've got to begin, you got to believe, then you become unstoppable. Become unstoppable. And you know why I'm telling you that? Because you can do it. I know you can. All right, so let's see who is with us tonight. And as always, if I don't get everybody, I know I got some people on here. Genevieve says, I love that statement. Who's at your table? Vivian, normally jealousy is the root of some folk not liking you. Exactly. Janice King says, I like number 9. I'll have to go back and see which one that was, Janice. Say no or unload or begin, believe, become. Sandra Bolton says, great closing session on self-care. Thank you, Miss Nancy. You're welcome, Sandra. Gloria Moore says, wonderful affirmations. Sandra Ellison says, become unstoppable. And you and Rima said the same thing. And both of you have so much creative talents with decorating, with designing. Put it to work. Put it to work. Ministry. Andrea says, hey, I'm enough. I'm good enough. I have enough to make a difference. Miss Betty Martin Jackson, Who's at your table? Miss Betty, you will want to be around for the session that starts next week. And I know that there are plenty others on here, and I'm going to reply to you as soon as I get off. But guess what? I'm getting ready to tell you about next week. And before I tell you about next week, I want to ask 3 people to please forgive me. I have your cards. I didn't go out and get the gift cards to put in it, but those of you who won the $50, you're in good hands. I will get your card out to you this week for sure. I promise. Next week, our next session is going to be faith, family, finance, and lifestyle. And I'm going to have something in there for each one of those categories. And the series itself, the subtopic, is wealthy choices. We've got to make the right choices. So we're going to start off with this. Girl, get your money straight. That's going to be our topic for next week. Girl, get your money straight. And I challenge everybody that not only that's on this call tonight, but everybody that reviews this video, even on YouTube or on my business page, Nancy Opens Doors, or on this page, if you want to repeat to hear some of the things that I listed out. I want you to invite a younger person, someone maybe in their 30s, late 20s, because I want them to get in on the ground floor when it comes to making wealthy choices. If you have granddaughters, if you have daughters or sons that need this series, this can be one where the topic is girl, get your money straight, but this wealthy choice is for everybody who has not perfected money management, who doesn't already have all the money they desire to have. You want to be here in February. You want to be here in February. I've got some stuff for you. And so, again, invite somebody, because we want to, when we rise up, we want to pull other people up, And so the higher you go up the ladder, the higher somebody else can climb. They just got to wait their turn. And like Vivian said, if you got a lot of jealous people around you, they could be around you in your circle, they could be in your family, they could be in your church, they could be on your job. Jealousy is deep to the core, because a jealous person will hurt themselves as long as you get hurt too. Or they'll hurt themselves trying to hurt you. And so, again, bring somebody along. And, you don't even have to put on your mask to come to Sunday's Best. You got a front row seat every time. It's reserved for you. Use your favorite chair. Get your popcorn. Call somebody early in the day and say, look, I want you to be in a quiet place at 7 p.m. sharp and get 30 minutes of Sunday's Best nuggets, Sunday's Best wisdom, and it will make your week and your life better. I promise. I only bring you stuff that I believe that will help you. And I'm going to be putting out some more statements for you to finish. But it was unbelievable what I got from the people, the 113 people, I believe, 113 comments, because several people gave multiple. And so that gave me the content of what was on your mind. and what you're thinking about. And so I trust that you have some great things in store for 2022. I have my vision boards, two of them, right here in my office. And I'm going to look at them. And I have my plans, and I'm going to work my plan. And I want you to do the same thing. So, have a good night. Have a good life. In fact, have $1 million life, because you can do it. I know you can. And be ready for next week. Girl, get your money straight.